Hi, welcome to Empathetic Conversations. Today's topic is very exciting. It's about living in love with life, even when life doesn't love you back. And we have a special guest, Dyetra. She is a mom, she's a teacher, and she's also a life motivator. And she's going to help us fall in love with life. So we'll jump right in and get started. Welcome, Dyetra.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm just so happy to be able to be a part of this platform.
Awesome. So since this is Empathetic Conversations, tell us what empathy means to you.
To me, empathy is the ability to see yourself in somebody else. And it is so important for us to be able to see ourselves and other people because it affects how we treat them. And a lot of times it helps us see how we should treat ourselves better too.
That's deep. That is deep. Why do you feel that it's lacking in the world? Why is it such a challenge?
Because in order to have some type of empathy, you have to be vulnerable. And a lot don't like to be vulnerable, and we don't like to hold ourselves accountable. So if you see yourself in somebody else and they do something wrong or they make a mistake, you have to do a better job of seeing yourself in that mistake. So if you see yourself in a mistake, a lot of times when we are in relationships with people or when we are friends with people, we see somebody doing something wrong. One of the first things we do come from a very negative place.
Yeah.
You was wrong for that.
Right.
Did that. If you have some empathy towards that person, you're going to treat them like you would want to be treated.
Right.
You're come to them from a place of love because that's
judgmental.
From to us.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That is so true. Now, since we're on the topic of love, tell us, what does it mean for us to fall in love with life?
Life is such a complicated journey for all of us. We are born into struggle. A lot of us are. We don't get to choose our parents, as far as we know. We don't get to choose the family that we're born into. We don't get to choose what kind of money we're going to be born into. So sometimes it's just a struggle. A lot of us, we don't get to choose whether our family is going to be emotionally strong.
Right.
Struggle starts from the beginning. That's just a part of life. And knowing and accepting that that's a part of life, I think that in order for us to get through these struggles from a better place, we have to come from a place of love.
Yeah.
This existence, loving our journey, love we are, flaws and all. It's one of the things that keeps me sane in life. Is just coming from a place of love.
Yeah. I love that.
When I'm a divorced single woman. Does that make sense? Is that how you say it? I've been divorced and I have children with this man. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to go through to figure out or to exercise my heart muscle and coming from a place of love. Like nobody can parent my children better than I can. But during the divorce, we had to figure out custody. What kept at a good place and me not being vindictive and mean, because I could have been.
Yeah.
But reminding myself before every conversation, before every text message, before anything, that it's important for me to come from a place of love because I want my children to be brought up in love. It's a lot of, especially when it comes with divorces, where people don't come from that place. They come from a place trying to get back at them and at the expense of the children. But the hard thing, but the right thing to do, especially for me, is to come from a place of love, which I did such a good job at it. My divorce lawyer was like, don't worry about it. You don't even have to pay me. You were like the nicest divorce that I've ever dealt with. And I'm like, because life doesn't have to be that difficult.
Right.
It all depends on, where we're coming from. That will give us the positive results to come back to us.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. You made a good point. A lot of people don't realize how they react affects how the children's foundation,
Mm-hmm.
If they give out that anger, then you're raising your children in an anger environment.
Mm-hmm.
TD Jake said something on a show once that I thought was so powerful. He said that our family is a gymnasium for learning how to love.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't, that's our foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to understand that everybody has different capacities to love. We may be a very loving person and we're trying to be in a relationship with someone who is a little guarded. Well, we can be giving them all we have, but we can't fill them up because they can't hold it. And so that's why we're not able to balance each other out, or we're not able to get the love that we give out from someone else,
Relationships are something else because, we go into it like, I want this person to love me. Even if I'm not at a place where I love myself completely and wholly, I want this person to love me anyway. Yeah. Or we stay in situations that are not love and try to just like love this person enough to love you back. And it doesn't work that way. Right. The best way for that I think that people can discover love or to embrace love is to find that self-love. Right. And then that'll recognize whether it's love or not from somebody else.
Right. That's beautiful.
If you love yourself enough, you know that you don't like to argue all the time. You're going to recognize that, although somebody may be financially off, that might not be the love that you're necessarily looking for. But you can only recognize that if you love yourself first.
Right. And also, it's like, if we don't love ourselves first, it might be hard to be in love with life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, because how can you expect to receive that which you're not ready to give to yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, it happens. Don't get me wrong. Like, it happens. I'm not always a lovey-dovey type person where I have times where I feel down and that I have to remind myself that I am a creature of love. I deserve love. Mm-hmm. But it's important to get through those times. Mm-hmm. Surround yourself. What I do is I like to read.
Yeah.
I find things that really speak to my soul, that help reignite what love feels to me inside. Mm-hmm. It's so important to just spend time by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't discover what love looks like to me in a room full of people because I'm too busy trying to figure out, I might be trying to get them to love me or figure out their relationships with somebody else. Like, you can't do that in a room full of people. You got to be by yourself. You got to either open up a Bible, you got to find your favorite book, you got to do something that you love, maybe color or something like that. Some people color.
Yeah.
I think that is so relaxing. What people do, they color.
Yeah.
But do something that speaks to your soul to help you or reignite the love in yourself so that you can attract more love in your life.
I love that. So you mentioned that one way you keep a positive attitude is through reading. Mm-hmm. Are there any other ways, despite your circumstances, you're able to keep reinforcing that positivity?
I make myself have adult time.
Okay.
I am a serious mother. Mm-hmm. I love my children being around me. I love that they love being around me. I love doing things with them, but I make myself go and enjoy some live music. Like, I make myself do that. I know that that's what speaks to my soul, hearing somebody sing in person. Make myself go do that. I also love to take walks by myself by the lake. Mm-hmm. Water is something for me.
Okay.
know if it's just the rhythm as it comes in, the calmness of it, but I would go take a walk by the lake and just sit there and just be present.
Okay.
Those are some things that I do. I need to start dating because I think that some people say that that's fun. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of getting to know new people because everybody got their problems and that's all I sit there and listen to. But I need to get out there. I need to get in the world and explore being that type of adult too.
Yeah.
I push myself to be social.
Okay.
Introvert,
Yeah.
and I have to push myself to enjoy being an adult.
Yeah, me too. So what type of circumstances have you had to endure while you've been in this relationship with life?
Well, like I said earlier, like I feel like we are all born into some mess.
Yeah.
So our family, although I have an awesome family, don't get me wrong, my parents are still married.
You do.
My sisters, we get along famously. We don't fight. I've never been in a fight in my life, like not with the person ever. I am just, and sometimes I think like, how can I tell people to be in love and live in love when adversity really hasn't struck me too bad? But I have experienced loss.
Mm-hmm.
I have gone through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps me focused on living my best life is knowing that I deserve it.
Okay.
I deserve to be happy. I like smiling more than I like being sad. Like smiling and being happy, that's my default emotion. When I get upset, it's to smile. Okay. And then that stops all that other mess from coming out.
I like that.
So I don't know. We all go through some stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, I am a teacher. I am a mother of four, a single mother of 4 children. And to be completely honest, as a teacher, I live below the poverty line.
Right.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But what keeps me smiling right now with me pinching my pennies and looking at my paycheck every time I get it, mm-hmm. is that I still am walking in my purpose.
Right.
Exactly where I'm supposed to be, even if it doesn't look like what I thought it should have been.
Okay.
I am exactly where where God wanted me to be.
I like that. That's powerful, very powerful. So, like she said, despite your circumstances, you may be where God wants you to be. So focus mm-hmm. on that so that you can mm-hmm. have that love for life. Now, what does it mean to walk in your purpose? And why is it important for everyone to realize the need to find that purpose, to walk in it?
We all have a purpose. Mm-hmm. And it's different for every person. Your story is going to be different for every person. But we all have something that just speaks to our own, and for you to feel your destiny here, your life here, you have to take steps to walk in your purpose.
Yeah.
That it's hard for most people to even grasp that concept because we are so busy trying to live lives that other people want us to live or that we think people want us to live. But if you're quiet enough and you listen enough, when you are doing something, you know what speaks to your soul. You know what pushes you, what makes you smile, what gives you goosebumps, what may make you cry. That's what you need to be doing. Right. That's what walking in your purpose. And it doesn't mean that tomorrow I'm just going to wake up and I want to be an artist. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to stop teaching and I'm going to be an artist. No, that's not what that means. Walking in your purpose means at least going on that journey to help you do what speaks to your soul, whether it is art, whether it's singing, whether it's construction, being a doctor, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have to take those steps in order to get there. And that's where loving the process really supports you in that walk. Is you may not have reached that goal just yet, but you're enjoying the journey to get there. Right. That's why it's and to love where you are, no matter where you are, because it's a part of your journey, especially when you're walking in your purpose.
Right.
And those that you're going through right now, like those are the things that those are the lessons that you need to learn in order to receive those blessings that come along as you start going through your journey.
And those trials also mold you for your purpose. Like one of the reasons I developed Granny's Conversations is because when I was going through my trials, I saw what it was like to be in the pit. And so I wanted to be more empathetic to other people because I knew what the other side looked like. And so sometimes your pain can be your purpose. You may be like, why is this happening to me? Because eventually you're supposed to help the world with this, you know.
Yes, take those lessons, turn them into wisdom, share your lessons with everybody else so you can be a blessing to other people. That's true. And right, that's where empathy comes in. When you see a need, you are able to fulfill that. When you yourself have a need and then you see somebody else with that need and you put yourself in a position to be a blessing to serve them during their time of need. Right. That's empathy too.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love it. So lastly, as we close out, what are you currently passionate about and how can we support you in your passion?
That's awesome. So, okay, I've been really thinking about this question. And to be honest, I just want whoever is watching, listening, whoever shares this video to try to do what it takes to make love your default emotion. I don't any money out here right now. Like, I think that we just need to increase the love that we share in this world so I can leave it, so we all can leave it better than what we found it. That's all I want.
I love that. Leave it better than you found it. Make love your default.
Yes, make it your default. That's the first you go to. When you're mad, take a breath and remember that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. That this is a lesson that you need to learn so that you can live and receive those blessings.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. I've learned a lot, Look, I feel more loving. You always give out such a good.
It's not going to happen overnight, Janine, although you are a naturally loving person.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And that closes out our episode for today. But if there's anyone else out there that's going through a situation, or if there's something that you're passionate about that you feel like could heal someone else, something that will help bring empathy to the world, or something that you feel empathy needs to be addressed to, then feel free to email me at grannysconversations.com, or you can inbox me on social media, and I'll be happy to reach out to you so we can tap into your heart to heal each other. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.